Hey, how y'all today? We're back again with given to the Prophet Muhammad from the family of the chosen bloodline from the covenant of Abraham. And we're gonna open up to chapter 8, which is called Surah 8. And Surah 8 is Allah. Allah means the Most High. Allah was the original order. It's chapter 8. And the wrong order, or the book you may have, is 87. It says, begin all prayers and thinking using the name of the source. And this source is called Allah. Allah is the yielder, the merciful. It says, glorify the name of your Rab, the Most High. He, Khalaq, and made his creation perfect. And that we'll be talking about the perfect creation. And the only way you're going to see that it's perfect is when you use appreciation of Allah. When you start to appreciate the things that is real, He calms them. So when people say they want peace, in one stage of the evolutionary process, it was those that was giving a part of the plan, and then from that part of the plan, things changed. And in that change, they got a piece of the information. But when you have the collective, you have what they call calmness. So he calms them and brings forth herbage. And when it says herbage, it doesn't say flesh. And when you read the book of Daniel's, you'll see how a vegetable diet will cleanse you and get your chemicals back right in your system. Your pains will be gone. People don't know that the things, the tribal tradition that people picked up by learning the Quran and adding on is called bid'ah. And by adhering to all the scriptures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're going to hear writers say that the Quran is similar to the Bible. That's from their earthly view, looking up, trying to see what was going on. When the angels come and activate you become one with the heavens. You become a master teachings of the heaven and the representative of the earth. And in that, you become a supreme being on earth. And you will be guided by the spirit. See, these names, spirits, these names, angelic realms, and things like that, basically, you don't imagine what it is. You have to live it. They say you're a Christian. That was a name that was not a good name to be given and to call and to embrace that name. They say that you were Muslim because that's what they thought, that you were one of peace. You were not in the animalistic way of living. So they said, oh, you are peace, or you have that piece of information that we need. So as we continue to evolve, the angelic realms shows certain what they call enosites or human beings to represent them, bless them with the ability to absorb energy. It's called chlorophyll from the surrounding of the earth. And with that, you became supreme on the planet Earth. And in that, you become who you are, a representatives of the heavens, teaching those of the earth things as when Moses went to the burning bush would represent the light that represent El Nor, information, outformation. He got it and he says, thou shalt not. But prior to that, those who were under the rulership of the pharaohs were the children of the angels. So what they did, they didn't breed outside themselves. So today they call it incest. Before it was insist. So it's trickery of the word. Then they put in laws by the kings to deter certain conduct by those that they were ruling. So anyway, getting back to Moses and the tablets. This is the picture of the deception of Jesus after he left Egypt, came back and start teaching the scribes and the people who were saying that they were in the seats of Moses and explaining to them what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And it's said from the mouth of babes, or it's saying the purity of the innocence of those who just got here as the children. So this is for the young and the yet unborn. So as to say, if this was a tablet that Moses, 2 tablets he had, he went back to the people. In Mayat, it says, I have not, because they already knew. But as the new people were getting inspired by God through the angels, they said, I have not sinned, or thou shalt not, because they had to learn it, because they was evolving. They were killing. They were barbarians. They were killers. They were warriors. And they say, put down your swords and make it to plows. Feed each other and help each other. And now getting back to you now. It says, he comes in and brings forth herbage. The Elohim will make Muhammad a reader, and you will become a reader. You will learn how to read. Allah knows the hidden and things and the manifested things, the things that's seen and the things that's not seen. Allah knows. A lot of people have come to say that they had a connection with Allah, and the name of Allah has fallen off the lips of many people, and that's a good thing. Now, their conduct is a different matter. You must utilize all the prophets and all the teachings, the forgiveness of Jesus, the sacrifice of Moses, the peace that Muhammad gave to calm you and gave you a book or give you instructions on that which Jesus taught of our Father who art in heaven. So he give you the book of the known worlds other than earth and how you can return your body to the earth in prayer and beam up out of yourself and connect with your oversoul. So it says, Elohim leads humans to the easy way. This easy way right now is the collective of the circle, the original, the old, the cipher, and it's called Nawabu. They say Nawabic, different, spin-offs, as I would call it. Who am I? I am Elohim. I am Gabori Gabriel. Big, bigger, and biggest. I represent what they call Akbar, that which you can never conceive. Whoever dreads the source will remember the Quran. If you know that you were created by your mother and your mother was created by her mother, and it goes on, and you don't know, and you hear the words of explanation, it's up to you to take heed. So we begin our prayers and thinking by using the name of Allah, the source, the Rahman, who is the most merciful. Glorify the name of your Rab, who is Master Anu Ali Al Ali, and claims them, and he who brings forth herbage, he brings forth the herbage, right, for animals. Man is an animal. When you say ma'am, you're saying mammal. You're giving her props because certain people are not on the degree of the supreme. They are Enocytes or Lulu Amalu. And this is where the people, when they try to take you and take you away from your divinity and your connection to the Most High, they say you have equal rights, you see. But those who colonize, those who try to control this America, or what they call the cage, they're speaking about as a cage in the book of Revelations. But those who try to deter, it was approved. Everything, good and the evil, is controlled by the Most High. So now it's time for me to give you the revelations of all the things that was done before. As we done diversified and purified, and people done took a bit of it and try to use it for their own gain, it's okay. Because now we're gonna take the black, the white, and the black, and then we're gonna cut it at the end and start the new. We're gonna take the new and give you what you call your 1,000 years when you sit with the Lord, with the Master, with the teacher in human flesh that gives you what you need. And I can lead you to the source. If the source has warranted you to become who you are, but I cannot interfere with your will. You have your own will. So those who dread, those who have taqwa, those who have fear, you see, of the awesome power, those who stick their fingers in their ears and try to hide their eyes from the things that they see, those whose heart is felt must come back to Allah. It says, glorify the name of your Rab, who is Master. Master means teacher. That is the rap, not spooky. We're not getting into the spooky parts. The spiritualism of who you are, turning you are, and showing you that I am Lord and Master. And this Master is taught in different schools as mastery of your own degree of what you do. If you're electricians or if you're a carpenter, you must do that to master it so that those who inhabit buildings or go through bridges know that the safety is there because it has been done by a master. So there are masters on earth, but we're talking about the mastery of the heavens and the earth, that which had to live. You cannot pick up a book. You cannot go into the school of theology and get the mastery of heavens and earth. You have to live it. You have to go through the situations that will, in tune, give you the information and the reference of what's going on. So he who collect created and made his creation perfect. That's why with appreciation, you see that it's a perfect world, you see. And that's why I'm now Dr. Feelgood, the new Dr. Feelgood, okay? He who determines the nature of them and claims them, and he who brings forth herbage for the animals. So after he, Allah, made it into dark stubble, when the Eloheem or the angels will make you, Muhammad, a reader, so that you won't tanza. The word tanza means forget, that you will not forget, except that which Allah pleases. Surely He, the source, knows the manifested and the hidden things, and we, the Elohim, will lead you to Al Yasra, which is the easy way, which is called Nuwabu. So be a doctor, a reminder, because there are benefits of reminding people. He who fears will remember. The most miserable will avoid the Quran. They will enter into the nar, which means the fire. Whoever does zakah or will be prosperous. The Elohim or the Enosites prefer the hayat of the dunya. The dunya is basically the life of the city life over the country life, agriculture. We're not talking about the urban and the county. We're talking about agriculture, which is the seed, which is God's money. God's money is the seeds that you are to replace and recycle and bring back. Then he will neither, you will be yashla, cast into the huge pit of the fire when you avoid the Quran. Then he will neither yamut, die, nor yaha, live in it. Certainly he who zaka purifies himself will be prosperous. So those purification is called muklasina, as purification, and it leads by way of you doing what they call the five pillars of Islam and understanding the teachings of Isa ibn Mary, which they call Jesus. Uh, Keep going in the circle of righteousness to what happened with the Inky and the creation with Mother Ninti, and going on to what they call the Hebrews with Moses, Moshe, Thutmose, and understanding it from researching and finding yourself pure and utilizing appreciation and enduring everything that's going on. It says, remember the Assam, the name of your Rab, which is Adonai, Master, New School. Remember the name of your Rab, which is Adonai, Master, New School, Master, Nor. The Quran is telling you to remember the physical being that will help you, not the spookism, not the imams that's looking to ascend up and to be glorified in the day of Yom or Akari and the day of standing and the day of judgment. It's not talking about that. It's talking about doing the things that you need to do. You see, so you can stand before the Elohim, because the Elohim has always been here. You was looking for something that was already here. And those that is not in tune and those that disagree will never know and will never benefit. They will not have what we call longevity. In fact, you, the Enochites, prefer the life of the dunya, which is the physical world, than the truth that is spoken by those of the spiritual world. And El Akhra, the end, is Khairi. The word Khairi is better. And it is an Abkha, an everlasting state. You see? So it says El Kharat, the end is Khairi or better, and the end is a everlasting state, because heaven and hell is a state of mind. If you don't calculate your mind to appreciate the things that you see and utilize the discipline and become a disciplined child of the Most High and learn all of the teachings of the information for this 6,000 years of this new creation. Surely all of this is to be found in the pages of the Sahuf, which is the Enuma Elish. So you need to get a pen. Enuma Elish, Enuma Elish, and the Gilgamesh epics, Gilgamesh, epics, Epics, and the Adafa Etana, Adafaetana, and the descent of Ishtar, and the girl in Ergal, and Aristotle, and the Atrahasis. And these are the tablets. These are the words that was before the formation of the Bible, the Torah, the New Testament, or the Quran. The Quran was the last in the seal, because that's when the Igigi will send down the Spirit to renew, revise, and adopt every 25,000 years. We add on. So those who had information and was waiting and praying and had other bad habits and did things that they weren't supposed to do, you don't worry about that. You worry about your soul. Don't worry about what's before. We don't cut that apart. We don't cut that in half. You got the black, you got the white arguing. We over here. We on the Jubilee on this side. We done picked up the cross, you see. And we are doing marvelous things. Okay. So anyway, the end is Kyrie better, and it is Abka, everlasting state of mind, because you know that we don't die. You know about who you are, three-dimensional, solid liquids and gases. You know that this gases go to the etheric realm, and then it goes on to higher etheric forms or higher gases. You know how we got here as far as in the body, the breath of life. You know that you have reached up and out and understand what's going on. Surely all of this is to be found in the pages that I just mentioned. The pure pages of Abraham, which is called Sahuf, the book of generations, and Moses, the Torah, the law, and say Loha. It's another name for the law. So now we say Sadaqallahu Azim, this show shall be the truth. And we end this and we say have a blessed and a barakat.